Number 7, Debbie Ngarewa Packer. Just wait, Ms. Packer, just wait for the House to calm itself.
Tēnā koe te pika. My question is to the Prime Minister. Does he stand by his government statements and actions?
The Honourable Prime Minister.
Yes.
Supplementary. How can he justify RMA reforms that, according to Cabinet minutes, will, quote, require changes to be made to settlement redress, end quote, without first having consulted with those iwi settlement agreements?
There will, of course, be, we will honour our obligations and our settlements that we have made, and there won't be a generic open-ended treaty clause statement.
Supplementary. What does he say to the 65-plus iwi we spoke to this morning who had no idea these reforms were taking place until they saw it on the news last night?
Well, there has been targeted consultation with iwi since the end of last year.
Supplementary. How does he plan to recognise treaty settlements through the RMA reform when his reform will violate every settlement that has been reached to date?
Well, I reject the characterisation of that question. This is a government that wants to get RMA reform and planning under control so we can get things built. I found it very interesting that there is a number of iwi that are actually wanting to work with fast track, for example, because they find the planning laws incredibly frustrating and constraining.
What does...
No, we go for 3 here.
Thank you. Supplementary. What does the government plan to do if it cannot reach agreements with iwi on potential changes to their settlements?
Nothing.
Well, we are going to make sure we change our planning laws, period. It is happening. We are going to simplify. We are revoking what has been in place. We're putting 2 new laws in place. We'll have our first reading in the House before the end of the year. This is a complex area. We've got lots of conversations to have with lots of stakeholders across the piece over the next few months.
Question.
Supplementary, the Honourable Chris Bishop.
Can the Prime Minister confirm that the Minister responsible for RMA reform has written to many iwi on many occasions about RMA reform and has extensive meetings with the Aotearoa branch of the iwi chairs in relation to these matters on a regular basis?
Yes, I can. That's why I don't understand where the members' questions are coming from.
Supplementary.
Verification.
Can the Prime Minister advise the House which iwi see that they support the changes that are being proposed to the RMA?
Well, they haven't seen the changes. What we've announced is a high-level approach that Cabinet has taken decisions around to actually rewrite our planning laws because we need to get things built in this country. I'm sure there are many iwi, as we've seen through the fast-track process, that actually want to be freed up so they can actually build things in partnership with others, as we've seen.
Supplementary. How will the Prime Minister guarantee to New Zealanders that these reforms won't ignite further legal action from iwi against the government?
Well, we've seen iwi actually, through their partnership with us in the Infrastructure Invest It Summit recently, we've seen iwi submitting projects under the fast-track legislation because they want to get things built and done. We're very aligned on that. We both want to get things done.
Supplementary. How does the Prime Minister explain to iwi that he deeply acknowledges the power of the Māori economy, but not their treaty rights under iwi settlements?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Supplementary. How does the Prime Minister explain to iwi that he deeply acknowledges the power of the Māori economy, but does not acknowledge their rights within the iwi settlement?
Well, I reject the characterisation of that question.
Supplementary question. Supplementary question, the right on
Can I ask the Prime Minister, is it not the fact, though, that the Maori people can be assured things are on the change, as Hone Rankin recently said, because they are sick and tired of this sort of woke leadership from certain parts of Maori politics, and they're coming back home?
Well, I can just say Māori or non-Māori want this government to deliver for them and improve outcomes. One of the ways we do that is we change our planning laws because it's been holding New Zealand back for a very, very long time.